Ladies and gentlemen, you see, too many people are obsessed with the destination. They want the trophy, the title, the promotion, the big check. But what they miss, what they fail to understand, is that life isn't just about getting somewhere. Life is about who you become on the way there. It's about the steps you take, the struggles you endure, the lessons you learn in the process. Because those moments, those small victories and setbacks, they're what shape your character, your resilience, your faith. I want you to hear me when I say this. The journey itself is where your true growth happens. It's easy to get caught up looking ahead, thinking about the end goal like it's a finish line where you suddenly become complete, suddenly become enough. But that's a lie. There is no finish line where you suddenly become perfect or ready or worthy. The truth is, you become ready by walking through the unknown, by wrestling with doubt and fear, by showing up even when the path looks dark. When you embrace the journey, you embrace life in its fullness. You learn patience. You learn humility. You learn that setbacks are not signs to quit, but signs to pivot, to push harder, to dig deeper. Every struggle, every failure, every moment of waiting, it's all a part of the process that builds you up. It's the journey that teaches you discipline, perseverance, and grit. You've got to understand that growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow burn, a process of refining. Like gold in the fire, your trials refine you. When you rush to the destination, you miss that refining process, and you miss the blessing that comes from struggle. So, instead of wishing for the struggle to pass, learn to embrace it. Learn to see it as a gift, because it's in the struggle that you discover what you're really made of. Too many folks get discouraged because they're not where they want to be yet. They look around, compare themselves to others, and feel like they are behind. But let me tell you this, your path is unique, your timing is unique. No two journeys are the same. What matters most is that you keep moving, keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep faith that every step is bringing you closer to who you're meant to be. So if you find yourself frustrated, tired, or questioning why things aren't happening fast enough, pause and remind yourself, life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a daily commitment to growth, to showing up even when it's hard. Don't despise the day of small beginnings, because that day, that journey, is preparing you for greatness. Remember, the destination will come, but the real victory is in the journey, the person you become, the strength you build, the faith you hold onto through it all. When you learn to value the journey, you unlock a power inside of you that no finish line could ever give. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep growing. Listen to me carefully. Your past is not your prison. I want you to understand this deep in your bones because so many people carry the weight of their history like it's a chain around their neck, dragging them down, holding them back from what God, from what life, from what destiny has in store for them. But here's the truth. Your past does not define who you are or where you're going. It's only a chapter, not the whole story. We all have made mistakes. We've all had moments we're not proud of, decisions that didn't turn out the way we hoped. Maybe you've been betrayed, hurt, or even hurt yourself. Maybe failure has knocked on your door more times than you can count. But those things, those moments, they don't have the final say. You have the power to decide what your story looks like from this moment forward. Too many people live trapped in yesterday, stuck replaying the scenes of their failures and disappointments. And I'm here to tell you that living there is a choice, and it's the wrong one. Because when you stay stuck in the past, you're giving up the power to change, the power to grow, the power to walk into your purpose. You're handing your future over to something that's already been written. That's not faith, that's fear. But when you start to see your past as a platform instead of a prison, everything changes. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes a stepping stone. Every scar becomes a story of survival, strength, and resilience. That's what makes you who you are, not the failures, but how you respond to them. I want you to think about some of the greatest people in history, some of the greatest leaders, artists, and visionaries. None of them had perfect pasts. They had struggles, setbacks, and failures, but they refused to let those things define them. They refused to let their past dictate their future. Instead, they took their pain, their failures, and their setbacks and used them as fuel to rise, to grow, to become more than what anyone thought possible. You have that same power inside of you. You have the power to say, I am not my past, I am what I choose to become. When you make that decision, you break free from the chains of yesterday and step into the freedom of tomorrow. So don't look back with regret. Don't let shame or guilt keep you stuck. Look back with wisdom, with lessons learned, and move forward with hope and determination. Your future is waiting, but it won't come if you're still living in the shadows of your past. Remember this, the only thing that matters is what you do now, right now, today, with the life you've been given. Your past doesn't own you, you own your past, and you have the power to rewrite your story. Stand tall, walk boldly, and move forward with the confidence that your best days are still ahead. Failure. It's a word that strikes fear in the hearts of many. People run from it, hide from it, pretend it doesn't exist. But I want you to listen real close. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Failure is the rough hand that shapes the strong, the fire that tempers the steel. If you want to achieve something great, something worthy, failure is going to be part of the process. It's not if you fail, it's when you fail, and how you respond that defines you. See, the problem with failure is not that it happens, but that so many people see it as the end of the road. They fall once and decide they can't get back up. They stumble and let doubt creep in, whispering lies like, maybe you're not cut out for this, or you don't have what it takes. But those lies, they're just that, lies. Every successful person you admire, every champion you respect has failed. They failed hard. They failed often. But here's the difference. They didn't stay down. They understood failure was just a redirection, a signal that the path they were on needed adjustment, not abandonment. Failure gives you information. It tells you what doesn't work, what needs improvement, what's missing. And if you listen, if you learn, if you adapt, failure becomes the stepping stone to success. I want you to think about this. Failure breaks some people, but it builds others. It reveals the depth of your desire, the strength of your will, the power of your commitment. When failure hits, you get to decide, am I going to let this stop me, or am I going to let this teach me? If you choose the latter, then you are already winning. You see, the greatest successes often come after the greatest failures. It's like the dawn after the darkest night. The pain, the frustration, the disappointment, they're temporary. What lasts is the character you develop through facing those challenges head on, so don't be afraid to fail. Don't be ashamed to fall. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Every closed door leads to a better opportunity. The only real failure is giving up. Remember, life is not about never falling. It's about how many times you get back up. It's about your refusal to quit. It's about your determination to keep pushing, keep fighting, keep believing in yourself even when the world doubts you. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of your breakthrough. It's the starting point for the next chapter of your story. When you embrace failure, you take control of your destiny. You become unstoppable. So stand tall, face your fears, and keep moving forward. Because your victory is waiting on the other side of failure, life can get heavy, I know that. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, like you're carrying a burden no one else can see or understand. In those moments when the nights are long and the silence deafening, you might start to believe that you're all alone, like nobody's watching, nobody's listening, nobody cares. But let me tell you this, you are never alone. There is a presence that walks with you, even when you can't feel it. There's a power that holds you, even when your strength fails. That presence is greater than any challenge, any pain, any fear you face. It's in those moments of solitude, when the world seems to turn its back, that you discover the deepest kind of strength, the kind that doesn't come from the outside, but from within. And beyond that divine presence, there are people in your life who love you, even when you don't feel worthy of love. Friends, family, mentors, and strangers who care more than you realize. The problem is, Sometimes we're too proud to ask for help. We put on a mask, we pretend we're fine, but inside we're struggling. Strength isn't about carrying the burden alone. Strength is about knowing when to reach out, when to lean on others, when to say, I need you. There's a power in community, in connection. Humans were made for this, to walk together, to lift each other up, to share the load. When you accept that help, you multiply your strength. You tap into a force far greater than what you could muster by yourself. Don't ever underestimate the value of being supported. Don't let pride or fear keep you isolated. Because when you isolate yourself, you cut off the lifeline that can pull you through. You are not designed to be a lone warrior. You were made to stand in the circle, to be part of something bigger. I want you to remember this when the nights are darkest and the road feels lonely. You are not walking alone. There is an unseen hand holding yours. There are hearts beating for you. There are voices cheering you on, even if you can't hear them right now. So when life pushes you down, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to admit you need help. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. It makes you human, and it connects you to the strength of others. You are stronger than you think, not just because of your own power, but because of the power that surrounds you. You are never alone. Never. Stand firm in that truth. Let it be your anchor when the storm comes. Let it remind you that no matter what you face, you have the strength to rise, the courage to keep going, and the love to carry you through. Faith and courage, those two words have the power to change everything. When life gets tough, when the path ahead looks uncertain and the road is rough, faith and courage are what keep you moving forward. They're not just abstract ideas. They are forces inside you, waiting to be unleashed. You've got to believe in something bigger than your struggles. You've got to trust that no matter how hard it gets, there's a purpose, a plan, a reason that you may not yet see. See, faith is not just about believing in the good times. It's about standing firm when the storms rage. It's about holding on when every part of you wants to give up. Faith is that quiet voice inside that says, keep going. Keep pushing. You've got this. And courage. Courage is what makes faith visible. It's the action you take when fear tries to stop you. Courage is not the absence of fear, no. It's moving forward in spite of fear. I want you to understand that having faith without courage is like having a car without gas. You can have all the belief in the world, but if you don't have the courage to step out and take that first step, faith alone won't get you where you want to go. And on the other side, courage without faith can leave you reckless and directionless. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Life will test you. It will push you to your limits and then some. But you can't let those tests break you. You have to meet them with courage fueled by faith. When you do that, you're tapping into a power that can move mountains. You're stepping into your destiny, no matter how unclear the path looks. Sometimes, courage means standing alone. Sometimes it means facing criticism, rejection, or doubt. But if your faith is strong, those things won't shake you. You'll know deep inside that you're on the right path, that you're meant to keep going, and that giving up is not an option. I want you to remember, courage isn't always loud. It's often quiet. It's waking up every morning and choosing to face the day even when the odds are against you. It's making the hard decisions, even when they are uncomfortable. It's pushing through the fear and uncertainty, knowing that your faith will carry you through. So, as you move forward in life, carry both faith and courage with you. Let your faith remind you of the bigger picture, and let your courage be the engine that drives you forward. Together, they will help you overcome obstacles, break through barriers, and fulfill the purpose you were created for. You've got what it takes. You've got the faith. You've got the courage. Now go and make it happen. We were never meant to walk this life alone. The idea of going it solo sounds impressive, independent, strong, unbreakable. But the truth is, strength isn't about isolation. It's about connection. It's about the power that comes from community, from leaning on others, and from letting others lean on you. There is a deep and profound strength in being part of something bigger than yourself. Think about it. The greatest achievements in history didn't happen because one person carried the entire load alone. It happened because people came together, combined their talents, lifted each other up, and moved as one. When you surround yourself with people who care, who believe in you, who challenge you to be better, you become unstoppable. Now, I know pride can be a dangerous thing. It can keep you from asking for help when you need it most. It can make you believe you have to have all the answers, carry all the weight, and never show weakness. But that pride is a lie. It's a prison that keeps you from experiencing the fullness of life and the power of true connection. You see, strength is found in vulnerability, in opening up and saying, "I need help." It takes courage to admit you can't do it all on your own, to let someone else in, to trust that they will catch you if you fall. But that's where real strength lies. That's where you find the support that fuels you when you're running low, the encouragement that pushes you when you want to quit, and the love that reminds you you're not alone. Community isn't just about getting help, it's about giving help too. It's a circle of giving and receiving, a balance of lifting and being lifted. When you contribute your strength, your wisdom, your love to others, you build bonds that carry you through the toughest times. You create a network of resilience that no storm can break. So, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't hesitate to build your circle. Find those people who believe in you, who hold you accountable, who celebrate your victories and stand with you in defeat. Let their strength become your strength. Remember, your journey is not a solo mission. It's a team effort. It's a symphony of voices, hands, and hearts all working together to create something greater than any one of us could do alone. When you embrace community, you tap into a well of power that can move mountains. You find hope in the darkest moments. You discover joy in the simplest connections. You realize that the road ahead, no matter how long or hard, is easier when you walk it with others. So stand firm in the truth that you are never alone. Build your community, nurture those relationships, and let the strength of connection carry you through every trial and triumph.